King Drew.
Hey. What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to another episode of the First and Foremost podcast. I'm one of your three co-hosts here. Not you, we also got Jerome down there at the bottom. Inside the Hash is a great platform for all the exposure for the athletes. And then to the left, a growing, rising star in the making network. Gotta always stay tuned to the network, man, to the left, man. But how y'all fellas feeling today, man?
Yeah, a whole lot better after that intro.
Look, bro, man, we gotta say something nice about Nas, bro. We got Nas in the building, Mr. The Atlanta, Mr. Encyclopedia.
Dominique Wilkins' cousin.
Taking over the South down here. You know all the players and everything like that. Nas, well, what's up, my boy?
Man, chilling, man. Happy to be here with y'all, man. Definitely always good to come on the podcast, talk our sports. We get into some heated battles sometimes, and then we got some NBA to talk about, some hoops, three-man weave, one of the best segments known to man before it comes to hoops. Yeah, I know the slang.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the race on the gridiron, man, with the commitments, obviously decommitments, a major breakthrough. So I'm going to throw, man. Holla at me. What's your first and foremost tonight?
It's me? Oh, okay. I didn't hear you over the rumbling over,
All right, bro.
But anyway, first and foremost, man, my first and foremost is going to tie into that championship a little bit. As you guys already know, I'm from Philly. As you can tell, if you didn't know, I'm Philly. I don't like when both teams win, man. I don't like it. I'm happy for the boy Jalen, but I don't like it, man. Especially the fact that they got the most now. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little later, but that's my first and foremost, man. I didn't like Boston teams, man. I know it's over though. I just know it. You know what I mean? When I see the matchups, like it's not gonna be good.
So, what about you, Bacon?
It's so many to choose from. But I think the first and foremost has to be for the negative recruits, the combine camps. Work with a brother. Northeast Georgia combine recruits, man. Scratch that. What did you gonna say? First and foremost, man. Give y'all a little update on the Hawks, man. First and foremost, that Donovan Clingan is likely, or the Hawks I favorably want to pick him they want to use the number one draft pick on him. So that's my first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? You can field that however you want to. But that's my first and foremost part. 0.5.
Good pivot there. Nice
Yeah.
Don't worry. I got you. I said what you was gonna say. Nega, the camp, the rising star in the industry too, just giving exposure to kids. We went to that camp a couple of weeks ago at Banks County. He's gonna have Shea Shorty, one of the top QB trainers. Yes, top QB trainers at his camp July 14th at Jackson County, man. So that's very exciting. I think that's Bacon where Bacon wanted to go.
Yeah.
And that's just major news for his brand and him continuing to grow. When you get major people like that coming in, supporting you and helping you take the brand to the next level, I think that is huge, man. So I'll kind of pivot with Bacon and let that be the first and foremost. I know that's where he wanted to go with that. But that's major news.
Can we just call it the NEGA?
You don't like Nega?
You're like, he thinks it's too close.
That too close?
I always figured it was the NEGA, and then I heard y'all the way y'all say it, and I'm just like, Okay. Like, okay. I mean, I see it. But,
I pleaded fifth.
Okay.
Fifth, man. Hey, we are black, though, by the way.
We are, yeah, of course.
So
just don't rub off in the night. It gets darker in the sun. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, contract period.
Oh man, that was funny. All right, man, let's keep it rolling, man. Let's go ahead and talk about contact period now finally open for class 26. Man, we've seen some major guys. I'll just talk about them real quick. Tyler Atkinson was one getting hit up pretty hard here in the state of Georgia. Got a lot of love as well. I'm sure Xavier Griffin was another one, outstanding edge / linebacker by 247, the top player in the state here. As well for class of 2026. But what other guys caught you guys' eye for this class as the contact period open?
Our boy Darnell Kelly, man, got a lot of offers, and look, I think the last spot I see him at was Indiana. I just interviewed a guy from Indiana from at the OT7. You know, Jalen Bell just committed there as well. So I think it's pretty cool that Indiana. I think they're kind of trying to live up to what the new Indiana slogan, man. They're trying to get some good recruits, get some good kids in there already. So shout out to Braxton. That's the kid I interviewed from the OT7. The safety. He's gonna be playing for Indiana. He actually committed before Jalen Bell, and they were good friends. They're actually hoping to be roommates. So pretty cool that, you know, I seen the kid down there. I was like, oh, he's out there balling. I got to talk to him. He's like, yeah, I know Jalen Bell. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, didn't know he knows each other. So that was pretty cool. So you never know what kind of connections or stuff that you're gonna get. But you know, now like I said, Darnell Kelly was one of them. One of the kids that got, you know, just got on the OV over there. I think it was OV. Went over there, and then he got a call right at midnight from, you know, Indiana. So Indiana ain't playing games. They're trying to take over, man. I see the movement, so I think it's pretty cool.
New Big Ten. I got to go back and touch on Coach Daniels' camp. It's already had 21 people to sign up, man. So if you ain't signed up, sign up, man, because your spot might not be there. Well, you know what I'm saying, but you know, just want to put that out there. Biggest takeaway, probably Mr. Gilbert, probably Jonte Gilbert out of Doug, man. Just went on the OB to Georgia Tech, man. That's big, man. Hometown. It's a lot of hometown heroes, man. It's staying home. We just had his offensive lineman help me out with his name. Just committed to Georgia Tech. Another wide Xavier Alice. What's his last name? Canales. He just committed to Tech, wide receiver who we talked about. When we interviewed him somewhere. He talked about the wide receiver at Southwest DeKalb.
That's Sam Turner.
He just committed to Georgia Tech. It's a lot of people staying home. Dalen Pinson, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people staying home. So we might see a home of Atlanta talent hard to Georgia Tech. So, but that's definitely my biggest takeaway.
All right, so we'll keep it rolling. Let's go ahead and switch to the next part of the segment. Teams that could surprise next season. I'm starting with you, Jerome. What you got for me there? Who are some of your surprise teams? You got top 3, top 4, top 5. How you feeling?
Ooh, you want to start with that? I knew the top was there for me. You got me a quick list. There is a team that I think is going to be a good team. I think North Gwinnett is going to be a good team this year. You know, I think me and Naj was talking about that before. It looked good last year in the Superdome, and I think they had a really good year last year, and I think they can definitely build on that. Some of those young guys are going to be, you know, older now. They're going to experience, so I'm looking for them to make a little push. I think a team that I think kind of getting pushed to the side a little bit, not necessarily a surprise team, but a team that getting pushed to the side a little bit is Grayson. You know, I think, you know, with the whole Douglas County and Carrollton thing right now, I think, you know, Grayson kind of getting pushed aside a little bit. So I think they're going to be a good team. Langston Hughes, I think, still going to be a good team. Buford. So there's a couple, but I think my surprise team will be North Gwinnett.
100%. I'm gonna say I'm definitely gonna throw East Kawhi in that bunch. Real well balanced. Two offensive lineman brothers. Just got UGA offers. Definitely got power 4, power 5 offers. You know what I'm saying? And they always got a big old line, weapons on the outside. So the East Kawhi is always humming around. You know what I'm saying? The conversation at the end of the season, I expected them possibly take the next step and possibly win and get out of the second round. Let's see, another school. This is where it gets tough. A lot of the big teams got taken off top. But I've seen so much. I guess you could say Jonesboro 5A. I think everybody knows Jonesboro, but I think there's always going to be a sleeper team. Let's see if I can pull one out the hat that not a lot of people are thinking about though. Man, Naj, come back to me. I don't want to just drop a average team. Yeah, obviously. I'll let you go ahead, bro.
I'm in agreement. Obviously, after seeing them, I'll kind of bring your point home, Jerome. They won the Corky Kell 7-on-7 tournament with their backup quarterback. So you tell me. And that's not saying like Elam Rahman can play. Like he can really play. But that goes to show you, bro. They got some gyms out there. Now a lot of people talk about Eric Ron and Nicholas Bookman, that running back unit. Like they got some dudes, man, on both sides of the ball that can play. So 100% agrees with you there. A couple of mine, a lot of people ain't talking about Southwest DeKalb, man. Obviously, I know Sam Turner's Georgia Tech commit, but not just him. The speed, how they're gonna be able to move. Obviously, the quarterback's gonna have to get everything right, but they coach, Coach Bell. That's Jalen's pops. Talked about the team is getting them ready to go, and he's very excited for this unit. So, got a lot of speed there too, a lot of track speed. So Brandon Gunn. So don't sleep on them, man. I think they could surprise some folks. And again, he's not saying like, okay, they're gonna win it all, but these are some teams that could make a deep playoff run. That's when I say surprise. You didn't expect them to go this far and end up making the semifinals or quarterfinals. I think Southwest DeKalb could do that. Hebron Christian's another one for me. It's just a bevy of playmakers. Garrett Kemp, how they throw the ball, how they can move it all over the field. When you just have that many talented playmakers, you're gonna be in a lot of games. So I think this offense is gonna put up a lot of points this year. They're gonna be stopped. The question will be, can they defense be able to get those stops? So that's another team for me. I think people need to kind of be aware of. Thomas County Central's another. Can't sleep on them. A lot of people don't get South Georgia boys enough love. That's another team. They won it all last year, but I think they could surprise some people with how good they could be. They didn't get a lot of love. I think they're in 5A, but I mean, you can't question the heart of a champion. I will say that. So that's another team. Obviously, I agree with Jerome, Grayson. Still, I know Douglas, I know Carrollton, they're getting all the love. But Grayson, when it comes to physicality and speed on that defensive side of the ball, they're going to get their offense a lot of points. And if you make a lot of mistakes, man, you could very well be in trouble. So that's another team. And my last one, I'll throw it back to Bacon. I agree with Jerome on this one too. Langston Hughes, but I know everybody's saying Milton, and 100% agree. They are different, okay? Trust me. There's no disrespect to any of them. I love their coaching staff. Josh Carletta, Coach Ben Reeves, all of them are great. And they're going to be there probably when it's said and done. But a team I think could possibly be a challenge is Langston Hughes. They got that physicality, man. They just play different. And I'm not saying that they're going to out-physical Milton. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I think that they could go toe-to-toe. Got a really underrated quarterback in Christian Langford that can throw the ball. Got some good weapons on the outside. They're getting the coach in the wide receiver spot from Coach Brown. He always has the receivers play at top 10. Got questions about his resume. Go look at Kale. Go look what we did with Peyton Zachary, Kyle Bach, what he did with them boys. They go do the same thing with the boys at Langston Hughes, and then they got one of the best offensive lines. So I think when you break down that matchup, potentially if it happens, they can run the ball. Not saying Milton can't. Milton can run the ball too, but I feel like they can play ball control in that one, right? With that strong, stout offensive line with Tavares Dice and Dontrell Glover, and you could just kind of just wear a team out with just the physicality over and over again. Only reason I point to that is that Milton usually has pretty good to stout elite defensive edges. Not saying they don't this year, but not to what they used to. That might pose potentially an issue. But I think it'd be entertainment. It's going to be a good game. I'm not saying I would take Langston Hughes, but don't sleep on them.
100%. To build off that point, you also got the track stars they got over there at Langston too, man. The offensive lineman. The offensive line. Christian have some time to sit back there, let those wide receivers get downfield. That's going to be a work of art. Ain't no Milton likes to talk. We all know Langston. You saying, you get to talking to Langston. That just give him a little something. Saying, to turn up a little more. So that's definitely gonna be an interesting matchup if that comes around. But I'll say this: my sleeper teams. Definitely got to throw in. I just had him. Got to throw Doug in there. Douglas. You know what I'm saying? Jonte. The name of the quarterback, but they're loaded. They got a lot of good pieces coming in this year. Another team is LaGrange, who made it to the semis, if I'm not mistaken, last year. I expect them to be back. Offensive line looks good. I went down there and seen Coach Napier and them during spring practice. They look loaded. Quarterback little issue. They got two possible starters. I think they're gonna go with the senior. Haven't talked to anybody, but I just seen the quarterback. He made some nice throws. I think Dylan's got a little. You know what I'm saying? You got a senior. It's going to be tough not to start the senior. So I think they're going to go with the senior there. So those two teams. And I want to say Central Carrollton, man. We all know about the running back out there. He's a show by himself. So it's a lot coming out of Villarica too, possibly. I even say Maynard Jackson. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of athletes out there at Maynard Jackson. So shout out to the APS schools. So those are my sleeper teams. I got a couple more. I might slip in there as the show goes on, but those are my sleeper teams right now.
All right, y'all. So y'all comment below if y'all tuned in, man. Who's some sleeper teams we should keep an eye out on? Some that we forgot off this list that y'all like, yo, first and foremost, y'all need to pay attention to these teams. Y'all sleeping. Comment that down below, man. And make sure you want the best football gear. Go ahead and look up top. Use that promo code ITH Football for 10% off of all Phenom items. They don't just have great merch, sweatshirts, hoodies. Also got great cleats. Get your favorite styles. Go get it below ITH Football at Phenom Elite.
Boy, you just grabbed my mic. I was just about to do it. I appreciate you.
100%.
Of course, sir. All right, y'all. So we're gonna keep it rolling, man. Final segment, I believe, unless the fellas have something else to add. Latest recruiting news and updates. I'm gonna let Bacon start. I was about to start, but I'm gonna let Bacon start, and I'm gonna throw out. If he throws out the name, I think he's gonna say it. I'm gonna say a surprise team that could get into this recruitment, but I'm gonna throw it to you, Bacon.
Oh, you're gonna say what I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Hey, I hope we're on the same page. Isaiah Gibson just decommitted from University of Southern California. Was a big surprise to me. I mean, see, I like SoCal, the whole SoCal vibe, the Chucks, you know what I'm saying? The Dickies, you know what I'm saying? People still wear those. They probably do still wear the Dickies out there, you know what I'm saying? The whole West Coast vibe. Being right next to Hollywood, all you gotta do is produce, perform, and play. You might be in a couple roles coming out in college, but he has decommitted. I did an interview with him at UA camp. He had on the Georgia slides. You know, so a lot of people think he's going to UGA. We'll see. He was just at Auburn. He was at a lot of places this past weekend. Auburn. He was at South Carolina not too long ago. He was at one more school. It might be UGA he was at. I can't remember. But yeah, what you got, Nash? What do you think you're going?
Go ahead, Jerome.
Sorry, I was muted. No, he was just at Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
Miami, yeah.
So yeah, I think that it's looking like Georgia, man. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing all these big crews on Georgia, but it looks like it might be Georgia. That's the latest I've seen. I heard some other ones from Tennessee and Florida. Those two other ones that could have been in the mix for him. So we'll definitely see, man. Kind of mad at my broken story, but it is what it is. I appreciate y'all. That means you're all on the same, wavelength. But big recruit, obviously 5-star, going to Warren Robbins. So, obviously he's going to be the talk of it, the number one edge rusher right now. He's in 2025 too. That's the thing. So you don't have that much time to make a decision. I mean, usually want to get it in the next couple of months. Make that hard commitment, and then should be pretty much decided throughout the season. And when signing comes,
never know though.
You never know though. Right? You never know. It does come down to a signing day. It does come down to signing day.
Yeah, maybe after.
Nah, I think once you sign, you sign. But yeah, I mean, once you sign, you got to at least commit a year with them. I believe. The rules change for seems like every single day, so you never know. But But yeah, man, we'll see. I don't know if he has something in place. I wonder if he had, with all the OVs and everything like that, where he made a decision during the OV. I know he's been taking some lately, so that's going to be very interesting to see. But that's the one thing about recruiting, man. You'll have somebody committed, and if you allow them to keep taking these OVs, and you're not keeping up with them, might slip out of your hands, man. Happens a lot. There you go.
Just like that.
Just like that.
The balloons will keep going to the sky.
Go ahead, Naj. You want to add on to that?
Yeah, man. So I was not surprised. If you guys know like recruiting and you follow this one pretty heavy, you just knew. Like, and I said in my video, so make sure y'all go to my TikTok at Najee Wilk. I talked about this, as well on there. But it's not surprising. I get why he committed to, because when you go out there and you go to LA, you get the glitz and glamour, you get the potential NIL deal money that you could potentially make. For a kid, like you, like, come on, man, like this feels good. Like this is where I'm gonna end up. But in your heart, you kind of knew, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this seems right, but nah, So for me, like, obviously, I don't have no intel on it. This is just for me on the outsider's perspective and watching different people, recruiting analysts and stuff like that. You just kind of knew, like, Georgia just seems like the right fit. Personally, that seems like the place he's going to go. Not saying that's a guarantee, but that seems like the right place. And just about his game, he just overall a dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a star. And I think, I said it on my TikTok video, I think he could be a potential first round pick. I stand on that. Like, if he lives up to his potential and all the talent that he has, he really could be that. Like, he could beat you with the power, the finesse, the off the edge, with his speed, with his hands. He's really that good, y'all. So it's going to be intriguing whoever gets him. And I know he wants to go somewhere where he's going to be developed the right way. Not saying that's not going to happen at USC, but come on, man. We're looking at the prototype. What has Georgia been producing at the edge spot and the defensive line? Straight first-round draft picks, man. You getting your money, and then you getting your second contract when you get to the NFL. So you got to think about that as far as that. Some teams to keep an eye on. Obviously, Jerome said Florida, Tennessee. Don't sleep on Clemson. Don't sleep on the Tigers, dog. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on them. That could be interesting as well. He mentioned them in a high note when we talked to him back in February. He also mentioned NC State. Maybe things have changed. I don't know. But one surprise team that nobody's going to talk about with this recruitment for him and put y'all on some game. Not saying I know anything. I don't know nothing. I'm just connecting the dots. That's it. Just connecting dots. Georgia Tech. Why do I say Georgia Tech? Wait, hold on.
Why do you laugh like that?
What you thought I was gonna say?
Why you laugh? Huh?
You thought I was saying Ohio State?
Hell no.
Nah. So. Oh, I got you. So the reason I say Georgia Tech is because both of his teammates are there. All right. 2024 wide receiver commit Isaiah Kenyon is there, right? And they just got the commitment from Rashawn Dinkins a couple of weeks ago, who also played with him. Only reason I bring that up is because they are very, very, very close. He's mentioned that, in interviews and said how close and tight that bond is. Now, guys, this would be the pitch if I'm them, and I'm trying to sway them. This would be the pitch. Hey, bro, come be a part of something special, man. We about to build here at Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? Surprise everybody. Nobody's thinking that you're going to come here, right? It'll be just like the high school days when we were growing up. Remember now, they grew up together, playing rec ball together. Let's finish it off strong in our college days, and let's help turn this program around.
This boy is good.
Hey, you feel me? Like, that would be my pitch. Because, again, as you see what they're doing with this commitment class, 17 commitments in the class of 2025. I don't know any other school that has that many in this class. I just don't. They've been balling. So that's a surprise team to keep an eye on with Isaiah Gibson. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's connecting dots with the relationships. Hey, they could get on the radar. But I agree with Jerome. It's probably going to be Georgia.
100%. 100%, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boys in blue. I got to talk about them. Shout out to my boys in blue. Just got a big commit with Brady Hart. Obviously, he's the quarterback out of Florida. Just got him on a board, man. I feel like Michigan is really trying to get some banger names and with the quarterback position lately. Obviously not like the top stars, the top 10 guys, quarterbacks, but some real quality guys. The last couple of recruitment cycles. So interesting to see how that goes. Man.
100%, man. We didn't. I don't think we brought up last week. Lagonza Hayward sets his commitment date for July the 27th. Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida are high on his radar as of late, man. We didn't bring him on. We talked to Jeremy about him. Georgia, look, it's probably the favorite. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm gonna always throw the Gamecocks in there because I cover them. But probably realistically, they're probably the top two. Probably the top
Sleeping
two.
on Tennessee, bro.
I ain't sleep. I'm just saying who's the top two.
Tennessee's in there.
Tennessee heavy.
Yeah, trust me. Tennessee's in there. But great point up, obviously, by Bacon, bringing it up as well. We talked about Jonathan Gilbert earlier. And what's surprising, I talked about it in one of my articles. Obviously, talked about Xavier Canales committing. But as Bacon mentioned, he took an OV. What's surprising is Georgia Tech was not in his top 7, right? He had Georgia State in there. I think he had Michigan in there, South Carolina. But after the OV, he's probably not going to make a decision until the fall. He did have Georgia Tech back in his top 4 per Rivals, per Kelly Quillen. So I think that's interesting to note as well, as did not see that when he announced his top 7 a few weeks ago. So something to note. Again, that will go back to this 25 class, this stout class they're building. You land a guy like that, a guy that you already got his teammate, see if you can convince him. That'd be an intriguing storyline to watch for as well.
100%.
Real quick to go back on the and I know this is not a college football podcast, but I want to talk about this. Losing Isaiah Gibson, man. USC is a huge hit to them, man. They've been struggling on defense for the last couple of years. That's been their biggest focus in their recruitment lately. That's a huge hit for them, man. A school that, Caleb Williams was there for 3 or 4 years, and obviously first overall pick in the NFL draft, but the team itself always struggled. Like they could put up points, 40, sometimes 50 points a game, but that defense was giving up way too many points, man. So losing a guy like Isaiah Gibson is a huge hit to USC, man. I'm sure they're gonna try to bounce back from that, but that's pretty bad for them to lose him, man.
They still got Justice Terry though, as of right now. They got Julian Lewis.
Might lose that one too.
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
Joe, you got any news on DJ Rumph? I know he's been.
Yeah, DJ Rumph, obviously he, just transferred to Bosco. He's been getting a lot of interest lately. I believe the last one I seen, that might have been Indiana too. I can't remember exactly, but I know that he got one from Michigan. He got one obviously from USC when he did. The only thing about him is that he
UGA. UGA as well.
UGA, UCLA as well. Yeah. His latest one was Michigan. Oh no, yeah, he just pinned down. I'm sorry.
Texas latest.
He got one from UGA. He got one from Michigan and Georgia Tech. You already know about that one because he was at the camp there. Yeah, I think that was the latest one. So, yeah, man. He actually came back to Georgia for a little bit. I think he's going back to LA soon. But yeah.
He's been everywhere. Man, State. The boy dog, man. The boy, and you know what I'm saying? He knows well, never mind, we'll keep that disclosed.
What? Oh, okay. No. Okay, I got you. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll keep rolling. No, go ahead. What?
No, I'm just gonna say I might well. He was I believe he knows Jaylen Brown's son with Jaylen Brown. He's it's like an umbrella effect. You know what I'm saying? He was whenever they won last night, he was like he was on the phone with somebody from Jaylen Brown's camp. So that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh, DJ Rumph?
Huh?
You talking about DJ?
Yeah. I think it was on his Instagram, I believe.
Wow, I don't think I've seen that.
But that's all I got.
Oh, I think he's put his pops or something like that. I see it on here. Yeah.
Yeah, he did put his spots on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, that's going to do it for this segment. That is the latest recruiting news and updates. I mean, so many commitments had a decommitment before coming on air, so we had to talk about it. But that is the latest around football that we have as of now. You guys know a lot of 7-on-7s. We've been talking about those on the show. UGA had one, I believe, today. Georgia State had one today. I think there'll be a couple more, and then pretty soon it'll be Patty Kemps. So we are not too far away from football. Football is right around the corner. So that's the latest here. We're going to go ahead and pass it to Bacon for the 3-man weave.
Man, we are earlier today, but ladies and gentlemen, as Naj said at the beginning of the show, this is not just a basketball segment. This is the best basketball segment known to man, woman, animal, and whoever else. This is the 3
Alien.
Alien, you know what I'm saying? That's a hot topic, man, if you've been tapped in with that. But nonetheless, as of last night, the NBA Finals is no longer around. The Boston Celtics are champions once again. This is the 16th title?
18th, buddy.
18th title, man. This is ended a 15-year drought. That's probably where I'm getting that 15 from. So Jaylen Brown gets the MVP. Jason Tatum had a performance out of his mind last night, but too little, too late. Especially, he did lead the team in Game 4 with 15. But I think this is Jaylen Brown's MVP to lose, and he did his thing, man. So shout out to Jaylen Brown for coming through. You called it nice. I got to give you flowers there, but when I picked the Mavs at the beginning of this series, I didn't see. I was basically putting my money on Kyrie. I said, Kyrie, he ain't gonna lay down for me, man. I know he had his history with Boston, but he gonna give me at least 20.
How could you not after what he just did in Minnesota? How could you not?
Exactly. But them Boston fans is different, man. They be saying a little bit of everything and anything. So just that so many times the bars went in and out. I know that's gonna eat him up. He's probably gonna have one of those LeBron when he lost to was it Dallas? He would just went and sat in the room for a couple weeks, had to get himself together. And I don't think it's gonna be that serious, but this is definitely gonna eat away at him. And hopefully the brother can rebound, fuel himself, and get in the lab this summer. And I don't think he's on the Olympic team, so get in the lab and come back this next season and potentially be back in the finals again. That's the only thing that's going to get this bad taste out of his mouth. But nonetheless, congratulations to the Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown, hometown hero. Attended Wheeler High School, one of the top recruits in his class. So what y'all got, man?
It's like I don't want the Celtics to win. I already talked about this in the show. As a Philly native, I don't want, but now I kind of want Lakers to win next year, which I kind of don't because I'm not a big LeBron fan either. So it's like, man, because I don't want Celtics to be in the lead, man. I want them to have the most. But I mean, between the Celtics having 18, Lakers having 17, then the next best one I think is 6, which is the Warriors, because it just got like 5 in the last 10 years, something like that. Me and LaMarcus literally just talked about this earlier, man. That's a huge, huge difference. It's a huge gap where it was literally Lakers and the Celtics back in the day, and like you said, Bacon, the Celtics. It took Celtics a couple of years to get that 18th one. It was in at 17 for a while. Let the Lakers catch up to them a little bit. But actually, no, I'm sorry. Chicago Bulls, I think, is the third one. I'm sorry, which I think they got like 6. Something like that. I forget. I gotta look at this thing again. But yeah, man, it is. I don't like it. I'm happy for the guys there. I like Jaylen Brown a lot. We talk about Jaylen Brown. I actually like Jason as well. But I think the biggest thing is Al Horford, man, being able to get that last ring. I think it's probably gonna walk into the sunset, man. He's been playing for 18 years, I think they said. Something ridiculous like that. So for him to get that,
Oh, you're right, 18.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So for him to get that, man, glad for him. You know, been going around trying to get that last straw. He actually got it. So I think he will be able to retire now. You know, I'm not trying to take him out of the league, but you know, this would be a great way to retire and end your career, and you know, end on a high note, that kind of deal. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, what you guys think?
Yeah, you know, I know it's going to be a lot of controversy, especially with the Finals MVP. You know, obviously, Tatum averaging more points, rebounds, and assists, and him leading his team. But if you actually look at the game and the impact that Jaylen Brown had, I mean, you see that he definitely should have won it. The first couple of games, especially when Tatum was struggling offensively, he was getting it done in other phases of the game, rebounding, assists, things like that. But think about this, y'all. Jaylen Brown had to guard the best player every night. Right? Had to guard Luka Doncic every night. And, you know, obviously Luka's going to go off for his points. But one thing about that series, Luka was never efficient. You know, Luka was getting into his spots, but he made everything difficult, guarding him 94 feet, barely letting him bring the ball up. And you know kind of how Luka is. He's you know, he's slower. He labors when he brings the ball up. And he chews a lot of clock. Like when you look at that, chewing a lot of clock. Get a rebound, like it'd be like before you make the move, 14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12 seconds left in the shot clock. So you got to attribute that to Jaylen Brown and him fighting over them screens, man, and giving all of his effort. So I think that was rightfully so. I thought he carried the load in those first couple of games and where they were able to jump out to that early 2-0, 3-0 advantage, man. And then obviously great fight by the Dallas to extend the series. But just, you know, the better team won. And shout out to Tatum. I want to give Tatum a shout out as well for his performance last night. The problem with Tatum is he don't do that consistently enough. And when I say that, it's like you don't have to just be a scorer, right? He showed that he has a more complete game now, right? That he could do a whole bunch of different things. But what happened in that game, y'all? I want y'all to go back for a second. The game was close. The game was 20-18. The game changed. He went on a 9-0 run. A lot of the points came from Tatum. What was Tatum doing, y'all? Driving to the basket, getting to the cup, getting in fouls, right? Putting his team on his back. This is something we've been asking about Tatum for a very long time. Will he do this? When that jumper is not falling, will he get to the cup and get a basket to get himself going? And then what happened after that, y'all? He starts getting going. The outside jumper starts to go down. That makes the difference. This is what we've been asking for Tatum for the longest. It's not that he's not a superstar. It's just like in those big moments, he always seems like doesn't come up big, doesn't come up clutch, shrivels a little bit. He didn't do that yesterday. He closed them out. Was one of the best players. Now, if he had a better series, he probably would have won Finals MVP. If he would have had those performances he had in game 3, game 4?
Mm-hmm.
That he had in game 5,
game 4.
Yeah, come on. Definitely would have won it. But shout out Jaylen Brown, man. Great series, man. Celtics were just the better team. It's unfortunate. And, you know, for Luka, I know he's battling an injury. He got to look himself in the mirror, man. The greats come back from it, okay? He got to get in shape, y'all. I know he was injured. He labors too much, y'all. He got to get in shape. He got to work. Like, if I'm him in the offseason, I'm working on straight defense. Like, that's going to be my main thing. My offensive game, my offensive bag is good. You know what I'm saying? Can it be better? Sure. But I'm working on my defense. Because all they're going to do, think about this, y'all, next year when the playoffs come. You got all these piranhas coming. Minnesota going to be back. OKC's going to be back. Denver, Nikola Jokic, they going to one day smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of teams that's going to be in there. The Pelicans, if Zion can ever stay healthy, there's some teams going to want they smoke. They going to look at what Boston did, y'all, and they going to say, oh, we're going to single out Luka. We're going to go one-on-one, and we're going to torch him all day. So he got to look himself in the mirror and say, how can I get better from this? Continue to prove his game and come back stronger. And it's going to be tough because the West is not easy. The East is a little bit easier. I'm not going to lie. Now, I'm not going to sit and be like some analysts say, oh, what's the value of this Celtics ring? Is this really a ring? Because, you know, some people are going to say that, oh, well, you know, they walk to the East. People are going to do that, bro. I'm not going to do that. They won fair and square. They had a great team, and they came together, and people said they couldn't coexist, and they did. But you're going to have analysts say that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see how they come back. And like you said, Bacon, Kyrie just got to be better, man. That was a little disappointing to see him come out like that after he busted living, you know what, out of Minnesota.
I mean, yeah, like I said, bro, It's different playing in Boston, man. It's really different. You got to be. He has that mentality. He just it's in and out, man. In and out, in and out. But it's different playing in Boston, especially with the history. But I just think Dallas. They need to get better depth. It's time to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. He can't get it done. I really don't see no value in Dante Exum, to be honest.
They really need a solid 3-and-D guy. Pause, no Diddy. Defensive wing that can shoot the ball. That's really what they need.
Yeah, they definitely and some depth at the guard position
for sure.
Yeah, and to the analyst point, I've been saying it. If it was any other team out of the West, like Minnesota, definitely Denver. I don't see Boston coming away with it. I just saw too many times when they were playing that they were in like 3 to 5 minute stretch where it was clank, clank, clank.
Yes, it was.
And Dallas really wasn't even on the offensive glass like that. So
it was against Minnesota. That's the point. I understand. They torched Minnesota bigs, but that one, like you said, they weren't on the glass. Lively didn't have the same impact that he had before. He does have very good upside, which is good. Him and Gafford, but it's like you said, like they weren't on the glass like how they usually work. You know?
They had to guard. Kristaps, and even though he didn't play that much after game 2,
game one,
they had them boys had to guard. It was bringing them out to deep waters around the perimeter. They couldn't adjust, but we'll see.
I want to show you guys this list. Just fair warning, it is not updated. It's 2 years old. I tried to find an updated one, cannot find it. But these are, let me move this out the way real quick. These are the NBA championships. Obviously, the Nuggets got one down there, so they don't have the Nuggets on here. But the Nuggets should have one, and then the
only got 2.
Was that?
I said the Knicks only got 2.
Yeah.
They call it a historic franchise.
Chill out, bro. Willis Reed, Walt Frazier, but they
got 2.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing. They got a lot of greats though.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a impressive.
Pearl.
I like to look at stuff like this, man, to kind of see how the history has been. But looking at the up there at the top, man, that 17, now one of them 18 is Boston. That's a ridiculous number because outside of the Lakers and the Boston, the next team up is the Golden State Warriors, man, with 7. Wow. So Warriors got to get 11 championships to get on top. That's the third team. I mean, that's much as I like the Celtics, that is an incredible feat. Obviously, I hate to see it, and I wish it wasn't Celtics, but man, only one team that can really catch up to that right now. Unless, we're looking 30 years from now, trying to think about all right, let's look at it in 30 years, see how it goes. But, jeez, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, that's definitely tough, man. When you have one group that gets 11, that's tough too. That's tough to compete with. But we talked about that boy Jokic, man. In Denver, Nikola Jokic found a little as my thing comes up. He found a little time for leisure back home in Serbia. Time with the kiddies. Little time with the kiddies, man, playing in the playing in the yard.
Oh man, no time off, huh?
You said what?
Okay, no time off.
No time off, man. He getting ready for the Olympics. He out there training with the killers.
Well, at least this year he's still trying to keep in shape and play basketball. I think last year he was playing. They showed him playing with a goat.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, that's that stuff, man. Yo, get over here. Missing those, you better practice those.
Oh. Look at the pass. Look at that pass.
Last game, man, he missed like
what? Never been down like that.
8 3s.
Yeah, he struggled. He had a couple. Yeah. That boy, they're moving gracefully. Look at
Yeah, he look like he's not trying to do too much. He like,
Nah,
I mean, he's not the most athletic guy anyway, but he's trying to take it easy too.
Nah, but shout out to him for spending some time with.
Yeah. Imagine you go back home and being able to play with your hometown buddies, man. You know how cool that is for your hometown buddies. You be like, yo, I'm playing in NBA champion, 3-time MVP. Like, are you serious?
Hold on.
Even if that's your hometown friend, you know what I mean? Not a lot of people is able to say that. You know what I mean? Like,
I found this too.
Oh God.
He been living La Vida Loca, man. You can't blame him for that, man.
Listen, he loves his hometown, man. He loves his hometown.
All right. We won't put him on blast too much, but yeah.
Listen, that man loves his hometown. He was saying that like during the NBA finals, he's like, dude, I just want to get this over with so I can go home. He wanted to go home so bad. So he loves his hometown, man. I can tell he missed it a lot, but he loves basketball too. So he's gonna do what he's going to do. But I'm sure once the career is over, he's gonna move back over there, probably build a house somewhere, and be living great with his goat and his horses.
Facts. We're gonna switch over to the W, man. It seems like Miss Clark and Miss Reese are in the news, in the headlines every week, every other week, really every week. So I'm gonna extend this one to Dr. Wilkins over here, man. I'm sure you've seen it by now. Just what's your thoughts of the Andrew Reese and the Caitlin Clark episode 5?
I told you she don't like her. That's why I put it as a topic. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, obviously that was a basketball play, to be frank. You know what I'm saying? 100% a basketball play. But y'all know how it goes when you hit somebody in the head. Like, you likely gonna get a fair foul. Obviously, she said, "Oh, she gets special treatment, special whistle." But you got to know, like, okay, you kind of got away with that BS foul by what's her name, Kennedy Carter. You know, a couple of weeks ago. I don't let that one fly, even though it was a basketball play. But nonetheless, man, I mean, it is what it is. Caitlin Clark was busting them in that game. They didn't really have an answer for her. So it is what it is. You know, it's no surprise there. You know, that's kind of how it's going to be. Again, I mean, go back and look at what Reese said. She's obviously talked about how, you know, it's more than just Caitlin. Obviously, we know that. But I told y'all about how the media kind of frames it and gives her a lot of attention. So, you know, a lot of that can – you know, when there's females as women, it can, you know, bring a little bit of a resentment, you know, but they got to look at the bigger picture. And my last note on that, they're going to lose $50 million this year in revenue.
50 million? He said lose 50 million?
They're going to lose $50 million. Yeah. All that and Caitlin's bringing into the league, they're going to get a $50 million L. Yes. So they need to wake up, find a way to be able to start making themselves some money and let the jealousy go. I get it. I'm not saying it's cool what the media has done and, you know, putting her in this light like she's like one of the best players to do it. I get it. But at the same time, look at what the popularity she's bringing to the league and potentially how it could benefit you in the long run. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. And put her on that Olympic roster. We need to see that.
No doubt.
I ain't going back and forth about it.
No doubt.
What you got, Jay?
Yeah, man. Like Nas said, it was more of a basketball play than the first one. Well, I don't even know if that was the first one. I think that might have been the second, third one actually. With the other young lady that we talked about like 2 weeks ago. It was a basketball play, but she did it on purpose. I mean, come on. It was obvious to me at least. I think she did try to knock her out.
Should try to knock her out.
I'm like, dude, like, Angel, bro, I'm trying to stick up for you because, you know, I'm trying to stick up for you. I think she's a good player. She's actually doing really well in the NBA right now. But you can't be knocking people out, man. Hey, you can't. I can't defend you. I can't, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that rivalry is always going to be a thing. They just don't like each other. Rightfully so. I mean, you know, but that jealousy thing, that's right. That jealousy thing needs to go, man. Shoot, if she's balling, she's balling. And I get trying to be a little bit more physical, especially if it's like the best player or the upcoming player. You're trying to be a little bit more physical with them, but it comes there's a thin line between being
Love
physical
and hate.
knock her head off. If you're trying to knock this girl head off, like, since you got in the league. So, and I truly think that the WNBA eventually is going to start trying to crack down a little bit more on it because, that's their bread and butter right now. Like, she's giving the most revenue. So it's like, yo, you're trying to knock my girl out, give her concussions and all this, and really damage her. You're hurting the brand at this point because this is what everybody's looking for. So, in that aspect of it, I think the league eventually might step in. But at the same time, I kind of think the league is like, hey, shoot, this is giving us our click. So, so I don't know. It's gonna take her, probably being up for a couple games for somebody hitting her for the league to kind of like really step in. I think, but I mean, it was an uncalled for play. I seen it. As soon as I seen it, I was like, yeah, that's not good. So.
Yeah, it was a basketball play, man. I think that it is what it is. I think it's good for the storyline. All I ask, we put her in the put on the Olympic team, man. It's a thin line between love and hate.
They're not gonna do it though.
They need to, bro.
Or at least her camp not gonna let her do it.
What you mean? It's just the Olympic team. They're gonna let her do that.
I don't think she's getting banged up too much. She's still a rookie.
She's a young girl.
Yeah, a lot of. You're right. She is young, but body can only take so much at a time, And I think they're gonna try to get it right for next year, for her performance. You know what I mean? After having this rookie year, they already said that she's not gonna be in it. I just think yeah.
And that happens, the women's game is missing out on a lot of eyeballs. Before you segue to the Atlanta Dream, I got to shout out Miss Leah Boston. She had 19 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and win over the Chicago Sky. Man, she's in the offensive uptrend. We all know Miss Boston can go, first round draft pick in last year's WNBA draft. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to the Frenchies.
I'm sorry for cutting off, man. I'm gonna let you go. And like one thing, I just want to put up one thing. It's one thing to pit, try to put the women's basketball on the map in America, but you gotta think about the world. So I don't think the world cares as much as we do right now. So
they pay them a lot. They pay those women a lot of money over there and playing in Europe, playing basketball, and
it will help, but I don't think that the world cares as much as we think they do. America's still trying to care. You know what I'm saying? America itself is still trying to care. I don't think the world cares still. I could be wrong.
We'll see.
Yeah, I just want to talk real quick before we get lost in the shuffle. I wanted to talk about Las Vegas Aces, one of the topics I had brought up when exploring the W. So they're struggling right now. They won back-to-back championships, but I want to talk about them. They're struggling defensively this year. It has not been as good. Last year, they were number 1 per 100 possessions in the WNBA, number 2 in opponent scoring. Right now, they rank 9th in both of those categories. In their 5 losses, they're giving up 90 points per game. They took another L this past weekend to the Liberty, who looks like one of the better teams along with the Connecticut Sun. So that's more that they're giving up more than the Indiana Fever, who's also struggling in that category, who ranks last. I think they're right above them. So they have been struggling on the 3-point line and guarding that. And their opponents are making almost 10 threes a game at a very high clip of 39%, which is about right where you want it, 39, 40%. So what to get your thoughts on that? Already got more losses than they had the past 2 years, man. Really struggling.
Before we get off on our high horses, man, we gotta play this clip. A'ja Wilson's very emotional. Talk about back-to-back losses, man. So I think we need to give her her airway. All right. Drone got me up and ready to go. I love it, brother.
Sure.
And I'm gonna try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate because that's how I get the best out of my team. So when it comes to wins, losses, when I tell you I break this game down piece by piece because I don't want to be great for you guys. No offense. But I want to be great for my team. I want to be great for this franchise. It is hard as shit. It is hard as shit because there's tons of people that want to break you down. Great teams in this league that are going to try to come after you every single night. But when it comes to taking accountability, I have no problem in that because I want to be great. I want to be great for my teammates. So yes, it can start in practice. Yes, it starts in training camp. Yes, it starts in the wins and the losses. But I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to challenge myself and my teammates every single day. Because when you're talking about greatness, it starts with consistency. Everybody can be good here and there, but who can be great every single game, every possession?
That's tough. That's tough. Started stop it there. It's got 2.2 million views. That's big. That's a lot of attention. But just a rough patch, man. For every great player like LeBron went through it, Kobe went through it, and Asia Wilson's going through it right now. Just having that pressure on her, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, when things go right, losing 6 straight loss, you know what I'm saying? The people are going to, you're going to start hearing outside noise, but she said she's going to continue to be great through it all. And I think we got champion spirit, heart like that, leader like that. I think the Aces will be fine. It's just the league is getting better right now. The league's got a lot of talent. It's a different field, playing in a packed arena every night with energy. It just ups the stakes of anything can happen when it's kind of like the bubble, you know what I'm saying? When it's not a lot of things going on. People are a little more comfortable, so I think that could be why they haven't been as dominant like last year's run.
Okay, and I wanted to give a shout out before we talk about the Dream. Last one, I throw it to you, Bacon. Obviously, going to be a big time match this upcoming week. Liberty are on an 8-game streak. They have earned the right to host the Commissioner Cup Championship at Barclays this weekend. Jonquel Jones has been balling too. She picked up a big win for them. 34 points, 12 of 16 from the field, 4 of 5 from deep. So she's been hooping. I wanted to give her a shout out. And then a young WNBA player, Jade Melbourne. She is the youngest right now in the WNBA. She regularly has been putting up 20-point games. I believe she's only about 20 years old. Last week, she put up 21 points in 14 minutes and against one of the most talented teams in the league. And this is what she told Washington Mystics Beach reporter Jen Hatfield. Overall, she's averaging 6.7 points per game this year, 1.4 rebounds, 1.2 assists in 11.9 minutes. That's all I got.
Oh, I thought you were showing a vid, but
no. Just
okay. So what answer? What question am I answering?
Oh no, I was just giving an update of what's been going on. I was just talking about Liberty. They're going to play in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. Jonquel Jones helped them win that big game in order for them to host. Like I said, she scored 34 points, 12 of 16. And I was giving a shout out to Jade Melbourne. A lot of people don't talk about her, but she's one of the youngest players in the WNBA, I think at 20 years old, and she's been balling.
100%. She's with the Mystics. Yes. Where does she come from? Do not know. Segueing back into the Dream, they got back to their winning ways, defeating the Sparks this past weekend, 87-74 for the Dream. Looks like Miss Tina Charles, she led the way with the player of the game. She had 11 rebounds, 20 points, 9 of 14 from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. Almost blemishes from the charity stripe, going 2 for 3. 4 offensive rebounds, which is very, very huge, very big. And Miss Alicia Gray, she led the way, 25 points, man. When she can get it going, she's hard to stop. 3 for 5 from the 3, 9 for 14 from the field, perfect from the charity stripe. And even got on the glass for 3 defensive rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. I'm saying solid player, very solid, man. A shooter from South Carolina. But my favorite player on the Dream, man, Miss Ariel Powers, man. She just finds a way to get it done. 5 for 8, 2 for 2 from the 3, man. When she's going right, when she gets the leaders, I'm saying the chip in, 20 from Miss Charles. 25 from Alicia. I'm saying they're tough. Ryan Howard, she seems to be playing a little better, even though she was 4 for 14, 1 for 7 for 3. Rough game, but when she's getting down here, she was 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Man, she's just special, man. She can make anybody. She can beat anybody one-on-one. But bringing some attention back to Miss Powers, man. Like I said, becoming one of my favorite players on the Dream. just a firecracker, man. When teams down the dumps, like she was a spark whenever they played the Aces. She had a big steal, putting them up. I think put them up double digits. But the Dream, man, they've been up and down. Like I said, they just lost 2 before they beat the Sparks. It's gonna be interesting to see if they've leveled out or they're still finding themselves.
By the
Say it
way,
again. What'd you say, bro?
the Sparks are actually playing right now.
The Sparks. Oh yeah. They're playing against UConn, 48-53. I expect Connecticut to win that bad boy, man. They just got
48. Yeah, I got 48-53. Yeah, you go.
Let's see. Okay, Cam Brink at 16. Kia Jackson 16. I think it's Derica Hamby. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass. Solid game. I believe they have the Fever coming up this Friday. So if you ain't got your tickets, it might be sold out. But if you ain't got it, they're probably expensive. So definitely tune in on TNT. I'm not TNT, ESPN. That's going to be a banger. What you got, Drum, though? You said you had something?
No, I was just letting you know about the Sparks thing.
100%. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on. And we'll talk about we'll talk about the Hawks, man. Just throw Atlanta Hawks draft news update up there. So the presser was yesterday. Talking to Landry Fields, general manager for the Hawks. He talked about what they were going to do with the pick. He came out and said to the media that they were going to hang in there. They're going to utilize the number 1 pick and make a pick there. But news also came out per the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Let me see if I can get the reporter's name. Excuse me. While I'm pulling this name, I'll go ahead and share the information that the Hawks they are very high on Donovan Clingan from the University of Connecticut. The sports reporter's name from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution is Ken Segura. If I'm pronouncing his last name right, let me share the screen and give him some credit. But he said that from NBA executives, unnamed, that's who they're high on. Honestly, it would hurt me to see them pick up Clingan. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I believe he's a potential NBA All-Star. I just think Alexander Sarr is going to be that guy. What y'all think, gentlemen?
I don't know a lot of the NBA prospects, so it's hard for me to say. But I know a lot of Hawks fans are not going to be happy that y'all won't be getting Sarr. I know that for sure. I that was the biggest thing when the Hawks got the first overall pick. First of all, nobody thought they were going to get that overall pick. Their percentage on getting that pick was very, very low. So when they actually got it, the first name everybody on sports radio was, we're going to start. So for them to kind of pivot off of that, I can see that that the Hawks fan base would not be happy about that. So,
Sorry.
It don't matter where you get picked. It's, how you do in the NBA. So he comes to the NBA and balls up, man. He can quiet a lot of those, the hate and all that. So
100%, man. What you got, Nash?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Don't blow this, Hawks. Don't blow it, because you're trending on the way to blow it. Don't blow it. Talked about this a couple weeks ago. Don't do it. Okay, you're making this too complicated. Now that's it. I don't like Clingan. Clingan is not a number 1 overall pick, bro. What are we doing? No. Now is he a lottery pick? Yes. Is he a top 3, top 4 pick? Sure. It's not a top pick, bro. Go get Alex Sarr. Go get your generational talent. You've been in this position before. You low-key kind of fumbled. Some Hawks fans will not let you get out of that, if we're being honest, because they think Trey could still potentially be that answer. But Trey could get traded this offseason. We don't know. We're going to see. Now, obviously, I know Luka's getting a lot of criticism after the NBA Finals. But, again, he did get there. I know Trey got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. But, still, I definitely think you got to get this pick right. So, just get Alex Sarr. You've been missing an elite big man. No disrespect to Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu, but this is the guy that could potentially change your franchise. The Spurs just did it, getting Victor Wembanyama. Follow the footsteps. Go get him. He's going to change your organization, get you back into contention, and a very, 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 very weak East. Okay?
Chill out.
Your generational talent. It's not playing games.
Stop.
Bro. I'm telling y'all, let the Hawks fumble this pick. Y'all go see. I'm not
Who's the other guy?
but go ahead and fumble this pick, Hawks, if you want to. GM Landry Fields, y'all go ahead and fumble this pick if you want to. Everybody gonna laugh at y'all that y'all didn't get this generational talent. I thought you were wrong.
No, I'll stay on this because I want to ask you the question. Because who was the other prospect that could have got in for Trey? Was that the same year that Tatum was in the draft?
Who?
Tatum? No.
Yeah. Who was the other option Trey at that year? Was that the same year as Tatum?
Hold on, we could pull it up. Oh, Josh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm looking up. So it's 2018.
2018 sounds like Shea and them. No, Shea was. I think that was Shea and them. Shea Gilgeous.
Oh, okay. So DeAndre Ayton, Marvin Bagley III, they haven't really panned out. Luka Doncic at 3, Jaren Jackson. He's a pretty good big, not on the level of a Luka. Trey Young, Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter, Colin Sexton, Kevin Knox, Mikal Bridges. Shea was in that draft. Whoever did say that, he was. He got drafted number 11. Miles Bridges, Michael Porter Jr. was in that draft. Troy Brown, Dante DiVincenzo, Lonnie Walker, Kevin Huerter, Grayson Allen, Anthony Simmons. Those are some of the key players that was in that draft. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at where they picked at number 3 overall, they did pretty good. They just traded it for Trey Young. Those are the 2 stars from that draft. I mean, if we're being for real, like obviously, I mean, you got those Shea in there too, but that, I mean, Shea got picked at 11. So maybe you could say Shea, maybe, but they built the team around Shea. Can we really make the argument that Atlanta has built the team around Trey? They're trying to, but have they really? OKC is different. OKC has built a team that fit his skill set, which is why they were number 1 seed this year. A lot of people getting flat. Oh, they're as weak as number 1 team. They're young. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be top tier. They got to learn. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should have just kept the pick. Let Doncic come. Obviously, I know he's an overseas player. I know Trey Young. It's not to dismiss Trey Young. He's an elite player. But obviously, both have a little bit of limitations defensively. But Luka is, you know, kind of a different breed. So all I'm saying, great point by you, Jerome. Probably should have stayed with the pick, though. Probably should stay. So you back in that position again? You back there again?
Don't do it again.
Right pick. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Listen, you cannot have that pick right after the Atlanta Falcons did what they just did with pick. You can't have
I like that pick.
You said
you can't have that 2 times in one city.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to move.
I like it.
You like it?
I like. Hey, the more the days go by, I'm like, I think I'm like my Penix in Atlanta.
No comment.
My Snoop Cans.
Refrain from comment. I'll leave it at that on the Michael Penix. Refrain from comment.
But in terms of this draft right here, man, the only player that I'll kind of swallow if we don't get it, no dude, is if we that boy Alex, what's his name? The other Frenchman, it's the 6'8" wing. You know what I'm talking about?
I forgot his name.
Rich Zachary Rossard. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Only one I'll be okay. We go get clean. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm be
38 hot.
38 hot. Morale is low.
Yes.
But so let's hope we do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? We have a history of drafting, I mean, we drafted a role player as a top pick, bench player, 6th man of the year, Marvin Williams. I like Marvin, but we could have had Chris Paul. So hopefully we do our thing. This is a clip right here, pulling back up Jerome of Alex Sarr, switch cultures. Jordan Richardson, if I'm saying his name correct, had the beat on it. Asked them just talk a little bit about his versatility, defending 1 through 5, and this is what he said.
That's enough in terms of how you can press up on ball, not just shot block. You can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5, whatever. I mean, you want to talk about those two things too.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's important, especially in today's game, to be able to switch because you might play different type of defensive scheme in the game, and if you have players that are able to do different type of defensive schemes, I think it gives you a big advantage.
Star. Oh, that's that Earn Your Leisure in the background. If you ain't tapped in, you need to tap in. We just had Market Mondays. It's a lot of good information in there. But the boy Star, you hear him? Star, youthful face, look like he's ready to go for 30. But yeah, we'll leave that. If no one else has anything else to say, I think Alex Sarr is you just got to do it.
You just got to do it. It's that simple. Just don't make it hard. Don't overthink. Just
don't do that to us,
bro.
As Atlanta fans, we've already been through enough in this past 5 or 6, 7 years. Just do right by us. Acuna done got hurt this year. Strider done got hurt. Now I will say this, it's a little baseball news. I feel like the Braves are still more than capable of being in the thick of things. Come October, come September, if you want to say that, we just need this. But all they gotta do is just get the right trade picks, at the trade deadline, and which is coming up in a couple weeks now. I will say this though. One thing I will say about Alex Anthopoulos is why are you getting rid of so many of our pieces? Wilson Contreras, probably the best catcher in baseball right now. Drew Waters, switcher who we never got to see. There's a couple pitchers out there, that could have been something if we weren't so eager to jump the gun. I think we should have just been a little bit patient and work with some of our farm hands. But nonetheless, we're in this situation. We got to play the hand we've been dealt. But I think the Braves are still very much in it, man. Just got to get a starter, an outfielder, a couple bench pieces, and we'll be right as rain.
Oof, we'll leave that there. I'm not gonna get my comment. Just leave that there. I do want to hit on another topic before we got a 3-man weave. Marcus Gillespie, I did want to talk about him. Super excited for him, man. I did an interview with him. You guys can go back and look, but he just picked up a Georgia Tech offer. What is so cool? He's from Clark Central here, near Athens, near UGA. Did his thing this year. They didn't have the best year. Well, it was 15-13, but the elite in scores gotten better and better. But what's so cool I like now and why I like the league, Overtime Elite, so much and the things that they do in such an elite league here in the country is that they let these kids go overseas, get that exposure, let these kids go overseas and get better. And then they put them on this really great platform where they can, 1, go up against other people and fine-tune their game, and then 2, they can kind of, put themselves more out there, which I just talked about it with the exposure. So I love that he's playing for Diamond Doves this year, being able to go out to Arizona, right? Being able to go through the full gamut. And as we know, Overtime Elite's not like a regular like high school. Obviously, you got classes. You're there from 7 to 2 or 8 to 3, whatever it may be, and then you do your practice and that's it. This is like you do multiple workouts. They have the trainers there for you. They're putting you through these different things. So many practices that you can do. Obviously, you have your school period as well. They keep that very frame of mind. But I just like how it's almost like an NBA type style format for these kids, and they get ready to that. They get ready for that lifestyle in high school, whether that's junior. I don't know if they take sophomores, but definitely junior or senior. You get acclimated to what that is and kind of how your day is going to look with the treatments that you have to get, ice baths, things like that, practicing multiple times in the day. So I love that for him. He's getting more out on the platform. He's going to get better as he plays for Diamond Doves. And it's an out-of-body kind of experience to a sense. He said he's a little nervous. Obviously he'll be away from home in the interview. He had an Overtime Elite, but I love it for him being able to be on that platform. And I'm definitely going to be at Overtime Elite this season, checking him out, checking out Akai Fleming. So I wanted to give him a shout out. And he's on Georgia Tech's radar. No commitments for the 2025 class besides Akai Fleming. So we'll see what else they got cooking for the 2025 class. But I do want to give him a shout out as well. Him getting on more radars now. And I think more teams are going to – wouldn't be surprised if he becomes more of a national recruit, especially if he puts on a show in Overtime Elite with the Diamond Doves.
100%, man. He's definitely an electric scorer. I wish we could have saw him at where we at? We were at the Adidas
3
Labor Day
SSB.
Classic. 3SSB Adidas Labor Day Classic. He was not there. Atlantic Express was there, but we didn't get to see him. Was hoping we were gonna get to see him, but he is an electric guard. If you haven't seen him, go check him out on the AAU circuit. Plays with Atlantic Express, local team. So got there OTR on the radar because he is on the radar. Last thing before we transition out, one of the last few things I want to go back to a football talk. We didn't talk about the finalists for the Elite 11 camp, but the Bahamas training camp has started, and Klay Thompson is on this team. Looks like DeAndre Ayton, which is surprising to me. Buddy Hield, they had a scrimmage. Was it today, June 18th? Yeah, today they had a scrimmage today. Switch coaches again. Big media outlet for the NBA doing this thing. I just want to put that out there. That Klay Thompson appears to be playing for the team Bahamas along with DeAndre Ayton, if you didn't hear, and Buddy Hield. So that's going to be interesting. I think a brother from Overtime Elite will be present on that team. So that's interesting. And as we transition out, Klay's probably entering in his last season as a Warrior. Where do y'all think he lands?
Who?
Klay Thompson.
What you mean? Oh, next year? Hard to say. I'm hearing a lot of rumblings about the Magic.
The Magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That is interesting. What about you, Jerome?
Yeah, that's hard to pinpoint. I can't imagine him being off the I'm gonna say Warriors, but I know there's been a topic for the last couple of years about him potentially leaving. So I'm gonna say he's gonna go back. He's gonna go back.
All right.
Okay,
Taking 2 steps back to the football news, we're going to talk about the Elite 11 final roster. Julian Lewis, no surprise to see there. George McIntyre, also a very, very formidable quarterback prospect out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Not playing. Got hurt.
There you have it, folks. You heard it here probably first or second. Mr. Wilkins is on the beat. If you don't know, you don't now. Tavian St. Clair, Ohio State commit. We saw him at OT7. Big arm. Just elite, man. The dual threat quarterback. Hassan Longstreet, not too familiar with this young man. Maybe y'all can fill me in on him. Matt Zollers, Deuce Knight, another OT7
I got
player.
on him too.
I did. You did get a legendary interview with Deuce Knight, plays for help me out, Coastline 7v7.
Yeah, Coastline Stars. Yeah,
Coastline Stars.
That's OT I thought you meant his high school. I'm like, I don't even remember the name of it.
Keelan Russell, KJ Lacey, Ty Hawkins, Ryan Montgomery.
Raw Miami.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yeah, that is him. Raw Miami QB1, Kevin Sperry, Bryce Baker, Malik Washington, TJ Lateef, Camario Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Young gun out of Mississippi. Who another kid who definitely surprised all three of us at the, not surprises, but definitely put us on notice, man. At the Under Armour camp at Nashville once again, won the QB most valuable player, Luke Nickel. Another no surprise, man. Very elite. Arm talent is there. Leadership quality, very poised. Akil Smith Jr., Oregon commit. Jared.
You know who that is? That is the son of the former Bengal player in the NFL.
All right.
Right. Yep.
Little NFL pedigree on the Elite 11 roster. Jaron Spang. I'm not even going. Alex Lansky.
I tried.
You good? Anyway, Tramel Jones. I'm gonna give it a try. Jerron.
Tramel Jones is on FDE, by the way.
Okay.
I'm sorry. FE. From OT7, they just won the OT7 championship.
Shout out to them boys out of Florida, man. Like you say, Florida's got the best athletes. Also, guys, who's let me ask you this: who surprised you on this list, and who you think is
Well, if you look
most
at
likely
that
to win?
comment, you already see one of them.
Say it again.
Look at that first comment.
First assignment.
The comment.
You talking about Juju?
No, comment.
Or the comment? I didn't. My bad, brother.
Look at the first comment.
What a travesty that Antoine was not selected. 100%, man. 100%. I'm not sure how you don't. I'm not sure if he had a bad day, but if he definitely was making his throws, definitely an Elite 11, if not Elite 5. So that's definitely a travesty, man. But probably the shoe-in is probably Jew. Would like to see if Mr. Taylor can pull something off, man. Pull some magic off. Luke Nichols, definitely one that can definitely pull this off as well. Ryan Montgomery, UGA commit. Sleeper, I'm probably going to say Tavion St. Clair.
My sleeper is Deuce.
Deuce Knight.
So much. He was like night and day better from last year. See him play last year. That first time I ever seen him, and he was balling last year. He just looks so much more sharper, a lot more confident in his throws, everything, man. He looked really good. He did have a little blunder at the end of OT7 where he threw a pick six that ultimately lost him the game. But I mean, overall in the camp, he got the camp MVP. I mean, and I'm not just saying it because he got that. Like, I was watching him too, and I was like, dude, I'll make you a highlight tape because I got all these highlights for you. So I'll definitely be making a highlight tape with him very, very soon. But he in my eyes, he was the best one that was together. So he'll be my sleeper.
Anything to add, Nash?
Nah, not much. I already seen the roster. Obviously, the big guys that take the list will probably be Deuce and Juju. Sleeper will probably be Luke and Kamario. Obviously Matt Zoller is the big recruit where he's from. Obviously got the big NIL money. So I'll be interested in what he kind of looks like. Keelan Russell formerly was committed to SMU. He is now committed to Bama. KJ Lacey, a standout, obviously, for Saraland. Outstanding player for them as well. So it's going to be good to see who kind of comes out on top, who could surprise. Achilles Smith will probably be another one that could surprise as well. But all of them can play, and I agree with Coach Edwards. Antoine should have definitely been on this list. I don't know how he gets left off this list. He's gotten so much better than what he was before. Just seeing him at 7-on-7, man, just the way he's throwing the football, how smooth it's coming out. Like I said, he's going to be one of those steals, whoever gets him the college program. So I think he should have definitely been at this event and invited, in my opinion.
Most definitely, man. You're
going to add another player since Georgia's not going to be there, just McIntyre.
Yeah. I think Nash is going to be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude this everything for the football. Back to basketball. Where will we be at for the upcoming basketball events? I believe the tip-off classic for the juniors is coming up next week, I believe, and then following week will be tip-off the big tip-off classic, which will have the Atlantic Celtics. That'll be including Pops from what's that school? Alexander, rising junior guard. You got your finger up, Nash?
Yeah.
Floor is yours.
Also got to throw out this weekend is a big weekend for basketball. GBCA live period at Emerson, Georgia, at Lake Point, where all the teams are going to gather and play. A couple guys are blowing up on the radars. Justin Wise just received, I believe, an SEC offer. Recently, he was from North Oconee, so he is a major player as well. I seen another one that had got a major offer. His name is slipping my mind. But that's going to be a good place if you want to see all the top talent that you're going to see next fall. Again, GBCA live period is so huge because it's over 30+, 35+ coaches. These kids get offers and interest from these college coaches that come out to see them. Similar to Nike UIBL, a little bit different. Excuse me, but definitely big for these kids. Definitely during the fall, it's a little bit tougher. For them, they with their high school team. I'm not saying that the coaches don't do a good job. They do, but this is where you start kind of creating that steam for yourself. You kind of rise up in the ranks. If you're unranked, you can become a 4-star or a 3-star. So this is definitely a big period. And then GBCA SE Regional is going to be the same weekend as the juniors, as Bacon mentioned, on the 28th and the 30th as well. I believe at the same place. I have to double check that for that one, but that'll be next weekend as well, followed by the Tip-Off Invitational, July 5th through the 7th. There's also some big-time events in July. I believe it's at Next Play 360. That is going to be July 11th through the 14th. On the Radar Hoops is having theirs there. So that'll be another major event as well in July. A lot of basketball events the next couple of months.
Will you be in the number?
Huh?
Are you gonna attend GBAC live?
Yeah, I don't know, fam. Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip that one, to be honest. I want to go, but it's just a tough situation right now. I obviously love my car, but I don't be trying to push it. Like tomorrow, I got to go be up early and be at West Forsyth for flag football. So I just, I try to pick and choose.
Legendary.
The good ride from Hampton. So yeah, bro, I'm trying to pick and choose spots. I want to be there, but yeah, I don't know. And then I got other big tournaments I got coming up, so I have to pick and choose. But I'm definitely gonna get out to some big basketball events. Probably gonna hit the juniors with you next week for sure. Definitely gonna probably try to hit Tip-Off Invitational, maybe 1 or 2 events in Marietta when I have time. But July is gonna be a busy month. You got media days, ACC media day, the media day on July 24th and 25th. It's just a lot going on. So I'm gonna try my best because I am trying to get my foot in the door more with hoops. But that one I might have to skip. You?
We'll see. It's not likely right now, but definitely the juniors. I just wish they had something on this side of town. Like we got Lakeport all the way in Cartersville. Why can't we get something in Union City, man? Why can't we get something in College Park? Why can't they run out there? No, go ahead.
No, same. No, College Park. Why they can't do it in Atlanta potentially? Do it at the overtime facility maybe.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because I know Atlanta's not that far, probably 45, 50-minute ride.
Yeah, man. Good and bad traffic.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a little more convenient. So yeah, I agree with you. All the way in car, and we've been there twice already, fam. We've been UWL and 3SSB. So it's the miles are adding up. But what you gonna say, Jerome? You had something to say. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna ask, but you said Lake Point. Is that Lake Point the sports complex?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Emerson Street.
The same spot that I'll be at, because I think that the next gen
that's where they having it. Oh, that's a good ride. Ooh.
That's where they had it last year. And I heard
facilities up there though.
Was on going, and he was telling me it was in the same spot. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're both events going at the same time.
Top flight facilities though.
Outside, basketball inside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, speaking of, so go ahead and tell us where you're gonna be at this week. So that's where you're gonna be, Jerome.
Yes. I plan on going to the next gen, the show camp. Apparently this is their second annual one. If that's the case, that's crazy because they had a huge turnout last year. We got a lot of good follows and great content from last year. I actually probably still have enough content to pick some stuff out now from last year. That's how much content we have from last year. But really good event. It gives you a chance to look at some of the smaller names from other regions and towns and states. It's not just Georgia people. It's kids from all over. I met a couple of kids. Like I said, I just had a kid hit me up in my DM today asking me was I going to be there tomorrow. I'm like, not tomorrow, but the weekend. But it's cool that you can break into some helping some kids out and getting them some exposure from a camp like this. That not the biggest camp, but has a lot of players. I mean, had to be 300 plus players. There was so many teams, man. I can't keep up. But you can find something. If you stick with a couple of teams and kind of hover and talk to the coaches, talk to the players while you're there, and kind of get to know a couple of them. It's a great event to be able to get a lot of content and not the same content of the same teams or the same players that everybody else is doing. So it's a really good event. I would suggest it to you guys, but look, I'm not gonna be able to go because it's kind of far for you guys. But definitely, if you can go next year, try to go to this event because it was a big event for us last year. and it's not known. It's not one of these known camps like Inside Actions over going to like OT7, Cam Newton camps, blah blah blah. This would be right up there for me. It's not a big name camp, but it has a lot of kids that you can help get exposure to. So.
100%, man. If everything else needs to be said, we will transition into the words of wisdom segment.
You're not gonna be nowhere this week?
Nah, man. Well, this Friday, I'm definitely gonna try to get my foot in the door at State Farm when the Fever come to town. But other than that, nah. Not unless I get it. Nah, probably not, bro. Keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000.
Get on the sideline.
Sitting on the side. I still gotta get that content now from Coach Daniels' camp. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get those clips out, and Thursday, probably with Sandy Creek when they go to UGA. So you know what I'm saying, I got to get that mini movie out, and still be ready for next week because it's gonna be in probably Swanee.
Make sure you get that Nashville stuff out, bro.
Yeah. Actually, matter of fact, send me that link again, bro. I was looking for it this weekend. I was scrolling back in the group and I couldn't find it. If I'd have found it, I would have probably got that out.
I think you should. Just remind me if I the final thing tonight.
But that you know what I'm saying, we're gonna chop it up because we gotta talk business after the pod, man. So I'm saying we got something big coming for your first and foremost fans. Yes, sir. So words of wisdom tonight from Bacon. Clear my throat. Just remain positive. Remain positive in everything that you're going through, whether it's negative or you're on a high. Just remain. Mainly when it's negative, because it's easy to remain positive when things are sunshine and rainbows. So just remain positive when things are negative. Things could be bad for the first 10, but for the next 10 and on, it could be better. Just set your life up. You know what I'm saying? When things hit you, man, don't cower in it. Give yourself time to man, I gotta get myself together. But you know what I'm saying? Continue to put things in place. Get your house in order, as Wall Street Chapter talks. Get your financial house in order, main thing. Just get your house in order, but don't necessarily cower in your fears or your worries. Just just double down and lock in on what you need to do and get better at it. Fellas?
Is that me?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Jerome.
I'll say education is forever. I don't care how much you think you know or something like that. Always be prepared to still educate yourself. You always can find something else. There's always something to learn. There's always something new. And even if you think you know something, it's always good to refresh what you know. I don't know. I haven't said this publicly because I wouldn't even want to scare anybody. But over the weekend, I lost my SD card for OT7. And luckily, I got it back. So that's why stuff's been kind of slow, me getting it back. By the grace of God, I got it back. So, that content was up. As you've seen, some of the interviews were already got posted. But I will say during my downtime, because that was a very stressful time to have, man. Like, I don't have the content. There's a lot of content on there. It was only just OT7. I had some, Cam Newton camp stuff on there. Some stuff that was on. So I was like, man, there's a lot of content on there. And for some reason, this is the only time I didn't back up my stuff. I always back up my stuff. For some reason, it's literally the only time I haven't backed up stuff in like 3 years. I used to back it up right away. I didn't back it up. But needless to say, while I was going through that period trying to get my SD card back, that was the biggest thing that I learned. Like, I started watching some YouTube channels, started watching some things while I had some kind of downtime in between editing. And I'm telling you, it's the most refreshing thing to kind of, even though some of the stuff I already know, it's great to kind of like go back, refine, see what other people are doing, retune what you're doing. So education is huge, man. Never stop growing, never stop learning. Watch some YouTube videos sometimes. I know you do watching YouTube and, for sometimes the wrong things and, entertainment things, but take a video or two a week, man, and go educate yourself on something that you're passionate about, and just learn. Either if that's like honing your craft on something, learn about a business thing, finance, something. Go on there, get you some education. I know a lot of us don't read books anymore. If you do read a book, find a book, but YouTube's there as well. I'm not a book reader, but I go to YouTube. So if you can go to YouTube, start talking about something, try to find something that's interesting too. Don't have it just like a kind of stall kind of thing, because then you won't want to do it. Get something that looks a little interesting and then click on that. So keep your education up, always learning something, always do something new. Now,
Yeah, I'm gonna be short and quick. Stay grounded, stay motivated. Nobody's coming to save you. Keep it 100% blank. You want to see a change in your life, you got to make the change. So just put in that work, and make sure you're doing stuff that obviously makes you happy. But nobody's coming to help you, dog. So do something only you can save yourself out of the hole that you in. If you want to see a change, put in that work, put in the effort, and then the rest is going to show. Eventually, the work is going to show. I'll leave it at that.
Stay hard, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's episode of First and Foremost. Actually, Jerome, you want to close? No, Jerome, you closed out last week.
I did.
It's on you, brother. It's on you, brother.
All right. Well, first and foremost, guys, thank y'all for being on with us. We appreciate it. We got 150 people in here right now. We appreciate all the love and support. Keep supporting. Share, like, and subscribe. Follow each of my boys right here. Help them get to 10,000. I didn't update the numbers, but I know they're busting it out right now. So please help them get to 10,000. Support all of us. Also, as we talked about earlier, obviously we are sponsored by Phenom. So if you love Phenom, you love sports, save you $1 by using our QR code, our promo code right there. ITH Football. Go to their website. It is Phenom Elite Brand. PhenomeliteBrand.com. Use that promo code. Save 10%. That money adds up, man. That money adds up. So save you $1, man. Save you $1. Give you a couple of bucks, man, and be able to go on there, get 10% off. Great stuff on there. If you like Sonic, if you like, Disney stuff, or Warner Brothers, go on there. It's some really cool stuff, man. So go on there, check it out. They are officially affiliated with those brands. So go on there, find some good stuff. Get you some good cleats, get gloves before the season starts. Now you want to look fresh while you out there. So why not save some money while you're doing it, man? So go on there, hit our promo code, and that will do it for us. But this is the First and Foremost podcast, guys. We appreciate y'all getting on. Again, this is where we not only give you the spill.
No, hell no. No, bro. Like, I'm tired of having this discussion. Come on, Roman. Say it with some spirit, man. Say it with your chest. Come on.
Stand up for yourself.
Man, I'm waiting for you guys to help me and chime in sometimes too, because I'll be chiming in with y'all. I'll be hanging. I'll be like,
you gotta start off better though. I'll chime in with you, but the energy, you gotta have the energy, bro. That's what we is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's our trademark, bro. It's one of our trademarks. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta say it right. This is why I'm holding you to the standard. It is the trademark of the show. Okay? All right. Y'all say it with me. Appreciate y'all tuning into another episode. Get down below to the follows, Bacon Network, and Inside the Houses, 2 rising brands in the industry. And if you love all this content, you know what to do. You know what to do. First and Foremost podcast, where we not only give you the spill, we keep it real. There you go. That's how it gotta be. Yes. Yes. I gotta be.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate y'all.
Keep it split and keep it real.
I'm out, fellas.
Hold on, G. You can't go nowhere. We got to talk business.